Hey guys, Harv here, and it just so turns out that the music I use for my Kerbal Space Program video intro has been added into the title screen. It's taken from the KSP credits, or at least that's where I took it from, and I guess as long as I open up the main menu window, I'm not going to have to do that anymore. So, today we have the test pilot. This is the series in which I take viewer submitted ships, test them out, and then hopefully make some improvements today. Today we have a entry by Kuroshi209. Thank you very much for the submission. Title screen looks a bit different, and it seems to be running at a slightly slower FPS, but that's no problem. You may have guessed, this is the update 0.17, as the music suddenly cuts out. The update 0.17.1, that is. So, Kuroshi209, your ship is called Moonlander Mark IV. Let's see how well this works. I'm quite confident in this, and it is a Moonlander, so we are of course going to be taking it to the moon. And then maybe we'll take it to Minmus, and maybe we'll do something and take it to a different planet, I don't know. Let's see what this looks like. Ah, okay. This is very different, interesting design. Okay, so it's pretty obvious that the Moonlander part is up here at the top with an interplanetary stage, this atomic motor running off of those half fuel tanks. Not a bad idea, certainly. Transfer stage presumably here, and we have the lift-off stage at the bottom. Without pause for breath, let us fire this in 3, 2, 1, launch. Nice steady lift off there, no wobble that I can tell. Seems to be working pretty well overall, making some extremely good speed, which is what I like. Just past 100 meters a second, very good. We have 6 main boosters, which is quite a few. We'll be dropping them extremely shortly. Whoa! They did not run out at the same time. I am either piloting this extremely stupidly, or I do not know what. Whatever the case, the ship seems to be working well enough. We had some explosions, but that's probably my fault. But we seem to be working. So let us continue. Actually, if I remember correctly, I was actually warned about explosions, so... Wait, is this where I detach? Because... no, that was not where I detach. Yeah, okay. Abort, eject, abort, etc. Haha. Let's look at this landing stage whilst we're actually falling towards the ground at perilously high speeds. It's got 5 half fuel tanks, that's 2.5 tanks of fuel, running off of 1 orbital engine. It's got 4 very small landing legs, but it's very sturdy, large surface area. Large surface area is very important for things like this, and it's very good that it has that. So we have the ascent stage in the middle and the landing fuel on the outside, so they can be detached like so. And as for returning to Kerbin, I think the parachute can cope with just this, can't it? In fact, I'm not sure. I don't think this can lift its own weight until it's run out of fuel. Or at least until it's nearly run out of fuel. If it's completely out of fuel, of course it can't lift its own weight. Don't be stupid. Let's actually have a look, see how far we can slow ourselves down. Oh, okay. Have they increased the power of these engines? I really think they might have. I don't know. I guess we'll see in the VAB. But at any rate, we need to retry this. Take a look at the staging. Take a look at the staging before I attempt to actually fly this ship, Harvey. That might be a good idea. Right, so let's have a look here. We have 3 boosters on the outside and 3 boosters there. So 1, 2 here, and the next ones to decouple are presumably the small ones on the outside. No. Oh, okay, it's the big ones here that they couple. Right, okay, so leaving these ones empty as Septrons. Oh, Septrons, haven't used them yet. Might want to look into them. Septrons, I think they basically blast debris away from your ship so it doesn't damage it. Something I want to try, certainly. Septrons and those big ones fire. Okay, seems a bit of a weird way to stage it, but not a problem. We can try again. Throttle up to max, find control in 3, 2, 1, lift off. Pretty easy. So look at these fins, they seem a bit irregular. Don't know what that's about. Maybe just a slight error, or maybe it's to, oh, there's no SAS. I forgot about that. Maybe it's to, try and avoid having the currents go down on that. Okay, so we've got to wait till these boosters run out, and then we can drop those boosters as Septrons fire to burst them away. Okay, so those have run out. Just waiting on the boosters now, and then we shall activate our large engine next. And what separates then? Presumably these ones. We shall see. Curving over a bit too much due to the lack of... Ooh, that was a big explosion. Huh, these didn't separate. Hold on a stinking minute, why didn't they separate? What's going on here? Okay, so we're now carrying a ton of dead weight, which is certainly ruining our chances. Something to be fixed later. I don't know why that didn't actually work. I'll have to try and find out at some point. Lack of SAS as well. I mean, I applaud it, certainly. It shows a better pilot than I am to successfully pilot well without SAS. I mean, I can do it, it's just not as efficiently. Tilting over. Right, and we're on our nearly halfway down to our last fuel tank. Things are going pretty well so far, apart from the slightly odd staging of the boosters and the lack of separation there. We're doing okay, certainly. Just want to tilt over a bit more and we are finished. Detach. Okay, we had an empty stage there. Something else to fix, never mind. As long as it works, I don't really care about all that. That's just tidying. That's fine by me. Let's have a look at the map view. Oh, we are getting pretty high in our apoapsis. Pretty good. Gonna bring it up to about 100 or thereabouts. And that should be fine. 97, 98, 99... Ah, oh, come on, that's basically 100. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Right, how much fuel do we have left? We have one tank. I think one tank is enough to push us to the moon. You know what? We should actually try that before we edit, just so we know. Because it could possibly make this atomic rocket motor quite redundant for a moon lander. Warping round, waiting for that moon rise. There we go. Quickly tilt over, Harvey, come on. One tank of fuel with one motor. It's pushing a fair amount of weight though. I guess we shall see. I think the removal of that atomic rocket motor might make it a bit easier to, or certainly easier on the engine and recurring throughout the design. I don't know what I'm trying to get at. We shall see. I shall see how this thing holds up. Not looking too good at the moment. Maybe we do need this extra stage. Okay, and fire. Extremely low thrust now, but still rising. We can actually initiate physics warp by holding Alt and increasing time warp. Just to take less time doing all this. Of course, it makes it harder to control, but we can deal with that. Warping down to 3, down to 2, and down to 1. There we are, moon encounter. We'll bring it all the way round, and there we go. How much fuel do we have left? Tons, absolutely tons. This might turn into an entire mission now. Was going to get just into orbit, but I think it's worth it. Now, the nuclear atomic engine is stronger than this one, so we'll probably be using it up until the fine-tuning stages of the descent. How fast are we going? Pretty fast. Don't want to be going this fast, really. Just for safety reasons. So we'll burn this way. Okay, down under 10,000. Going pretty fast. We really do need to slow down, actually. Really do. Oh, I might have overshot this. We should be okay, but I'm worried. Come on, engine. Push. You have 3 times the thrust of the orbital engine. Yeah, I've overshot this. I overshot it. I overshot it badly. Badly, badly, badly. I am so very sorry, Bill. Ouch. That was completely my fault. Okay. Vehicle assembly building. Right. Here we are in the VAB. What can we do with this ship? Well, we know it's functional. So maybe there's not an awful lot we can do. I think trimming... the problem is, I don't want to remove its identity, but there are a lot, actually, of unnecessary things. Total mass is 0.3. So if we remove all of those, and if we remove all of those and all of those, we've just got rid of 10 of them. So we've just removed 3 mass, which may not seem like an awful lot, but, you know, it adds up. And as I was thinking, if we actually remove this stage, we might be able to deal without it, because we wouldn't be carrying it the entire way, and so it would be more efficient, but I think we'll actually keep it. I do actually just want to move these up a little. They are stretching an awful lot of away. If I just put them... Is that center? I don't know. There we are, just like that. Bit neater. That's all we really need. And yeah, all that's fine. Got no problems with all that. There's a lot of struts here for no random reason. I'm actually okay with all this. This very long design. I didn't think I would be, but I don't think there's really a way to do it better, to be honest. This is a bit of a weird thing. I think I might remake this bottom stage just for the sake of being cleanliness, but I'll make it in the same way, so... Because there's so many struts and septrons everywhere, I don't really know what to make of it. There are 6 boosters, and 3 of them have extra boosters clamped onto the side. Okay, I can do that. Oh, just trying to remove all the fuel lines and other random stuff. What do we have here? There's a floating decoupler somewhere. Ah, here it is. There we are. Right, so we want to have 6 boosters on the outside. If we put them here, that should work. Where are our big boosters? Right here. That was my phone in the background, if you heard that. Okay, so 6 boosters there, 3 of which have solid rocket boosters on them. So I'm actually going to do this manually, because you can't do 3 times. It goes up to 6 because of the symmetry. Now you could do 3 boosters and 3 boosters, but I think you get more symmetrical finish with this. I'm going to put that, I'm going to use that line there as a visual cue. Okay. It's just there, and just there, and just... Is it that side? Yeah. I think that one needs to go up just a tiny bit. Just to there. Yep, that's equal enough, I'd say. Good, awesome. So what we want, ideally, is for this one to fire first in conjunction with this one, then we can drop that entire stack. So they all fire, including these, right, 1, 2, 3, and 6. Yeah, they all fire. And then we want, no, they don't all fire. We want these 3 not to fire, don't we? So which 3 is that exactly? This is the bottom one. And which is this one? That's the second one here. And which is this one? Which is this one? That's the one up here. There we go. So those fire, and then we need to have these ones decouplers. So if we take a look here, that is that decoupler. And this one is this decoupler. If I get any mistake here, I could destroy utterly everything, so a bit tense. This one is this decoupler. There we go. So let's have a quick refresher. We should be able to see them there. Okay, so the ones with the boosters on, their decouplers fire. So 3 boosters here, and these 3 outside boosters, they all fire, and then they decouple. Oh no, it's at the same time, because we have everything synced, don't we? So at the same time, those 3 decouple, and then they themselves detach at the same time as the big rocket engine fires. Separatrons. Are we going to have Separatrons? I don't really know how they work, and I'm not confident with them, so to me, I think we can just bear without them at the moment. I don't really see the need for them at the moment. And then we have the big engine, or the small engine, decouple nuclear, and decouple orbital, and decouple and parachute. Yes, that's it. Now, how tall can these struts go? Because I would like to put struts from these outside ones up here. Okay, seems to be that there is the limit. Okay, that's manageable. And also to prevent wobble, we shall put some struts there. Holding Alt to copy, down to the bottom. There we go. And those outside boosters I think are pretty much okay. Right, I think we're done. Actually, just to prevent wobble a bit more. You might say I'm going a bit to the extreme, but I think it's probably worth it, to be honest. Just strut there, and there. There we are. Alright. And that is it. We can add our launch stability enhancers. Yep, we can put them there. I don't see a problem with that. What about fins? I guess we can just put 3 fins on. 3 is enough, I'd say, for this design. Seeing as we do have a vectoring engine there, which actually gives us launch control. Okay, using the second line up from the bottom as our marker. So there's one there, and there's one there, and there's one there. There we go. Quite neat, I'd say. By now you all know I'm quite a stickler for neatness, and there we go, that is it. Moonlander Mark 5. There's actually just 2 more things I'd like to edit before we do fly the ship. One of them being the addition of fuel lines from these outside tanks to the main orbital engine. Because, well, A, we can't land on this nuclear engine, so yeah, we're going to have to land using this orbital engine, and if we've still got fuel left in these tanks when we do land, then it's just going to be dead weight that we aren't using. So that needs to be sorted. The couplers are actually slightly in the way, but I think I might just be able to go through them. Is that? No, that didn't work, did it? How about on top? From there down to there. Did that not work either? No, of course not. We could go side to side, but that might just screw up the balance a little. Oh well. So we're going there, and we'll have to put some, probably a strut on the other side, just to even that out. Where are my struts? There they are. Okay, we have a very busy lander now, don't we? Okay. We have that, we have our engine, and the other thing I want to change is the clamps are not actually in the correct stage. There we go. And we should be fine, I think. Actually, another thing I want to change is I want to be able to fire these boosters independently. Because I have a feeling that these three carrying everything once these run out might not be enough to accelerate us, so we have that. Okay, yes, we are ready. I think we are ready. Moonlander Mark 5. Let's launch it. Taking this to the moon in 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Nice and steady liftoff there. Remembering that there is no SAS, so I am still a manual pilot throughout. Putting my piloting skills to the test, no doubt. Now, I want to know if I'm right to have added that extra stage of boosters, because I feel that when these outside boosters run out, we will actually start to decelerate. And we are. Okay, so we can fire the next ones. That's good. And then drop those now that they've run out. And we are actually decelerating, but only barely. I don't know how much gain we got from that. We're actually tilting over to the side quite a lot, which is a bit annoying. We're still accelerating though, we're okay. Right. And after these run out, we shall initiate our lifting engine. There we go. And that is fine. No Septrons needed, apparently. Okay, there we go. Gonna want to keep it about here, maybe. Oh, God. Bit of turbulence. Can you imagine if the actual Apollo missions were piloted by someone's fingers on a keyboard? Oh God, imagine it. Oh, 133, wow. Went up a lot higher than I should have done. Oh well, nothing I should do about it now, so... We are having a 133 orbit, apparently. That's fine, it's a bit higher than is optimal, but oh well. Let us warp around until we can see the moon rise. Like exactly there. Oh God. Okay, quickly. We have not much time, people. Burning for the moon. Okay, just pointing that about there. That should be fine. Right, we can actually use physics warps to try and reduce the time it takes. And our fuel has run out in this stage, switching over to the atomic. And we have an encounter and the subsequent landing. Where is the light side of the moon right now? It is there, so I think we shall actually leave that landing. Take what we have. bring it down to 50, and then we'll detach this nuclear stage because we can't land with it, so there's no real point in having it out. There we go. Right, landing legs out. We can use this to tell us how far away the ground is. So, how far? 100, 200, 130, 150, 170, 180, 200, 250, 300, 400, 550, come on, 600, how close is it? 700, 800 meters away. So that's basically pretty close. I do like this massive surface area lander. This is definitely the best part of this ship, I have to say. Very easy to pilot. And now that I've added fuel lines, we can actually safely use the fuel without spending our return fuel. Okay, coming in gently. And there we go. Nice and simple landing. Do love this lander, very, very much so. It's really, really good. Okay, we can get out and jump off because we don't need ladders. Haha, who needs ladders? Seriously. Pretty awesome. I do like it a lot. Okay, we are here on the moon and we all know we have enough fuel to return, so we can make our conclusions on this ship. It's good. As I usually say whenever I start the video, the fact that it works is by far the best quality about it. Definitely. My one criticism of it is that it's got a nuclear engine. Unless you're going interplanetary, I really don't think you need nuclear engines. Someone in the comment section on my updated moon landing tutorial asked me, why haven't you used atomic engines for that middle stage, which is the transfer from Kerbin to the moon? And mainly because it's not necessary. I mean, you can do it less efficiently, of course, because you're not using nuclear engines, but you can do it quicker and it's less tiring, takes less time. I just said the same thing 3 times, that's great. You can do it quicker and you have more power behind you, more thrust, with just vectoring engines. So it's a swap up between necessity and, I don't know, mission duration, I guess. Either way, you really don't need to use atomic motors for within Kerbin system operations. So that's my only fault with this ship, I think. Other than that, it's pretty solid, pretty good, and I am looking forward to seeing what further applications it might have in the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. This was the Test Pilot, a series in which I take ships, test them out, and then hopefully make some improvements to them. If you would like to submit a ship to the Test Pilot, you need to either send me a personal message with links and directions towards a download for it, or you can send me an email at HOCgaming@live.co.uk. That is HOCgaming@live.co.uk. with regards to a download and basically what the ship is intended to do. The current challenge, which no one has actually entered yet, is a vertical takeoff, single stage to orbit. And that's also maybe a vertical takeoff and vertical landing. So there's a challenge for you. I would like a submission of that as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked the video, then you can indeed like the video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.